Welcome back, collectors. Today's video is going to be amazing because we're exploring 6 incredible coins, each with its own hidden value, rare history, and unique story. From stunning designs to surprising market prices, these 6 coins prove that even a small piece of metal can hold big money in today's collector's market. Get ready because the details, the rarity, and the dollar value of these coins will truly shock you. Let's jump straight into the world of rare and valuable coins. Top 1. The 1965 Washington quarter marks a major turning point in U.S. coinage. Before 1965, quarters were made of 90% silver. But due to rising silver prices, the U.S. Mint removed silver from circulating coins.So from 1965 onward, quarters were changed to a copper-nickel-clad composition. This makes the 1965 quarter historically significant because it is the first year of non-silver quarters. It ended the era of silver coinage. Millions were minted, but only a small percentage survived in beautiful condition. Some 1965 coins were mistakenly struck on 90% silver planchets, creating ultra-rare errors worth thousands. This is why collectors always examine 1965 quarters closely. The Washington quarter design is one of the most iconic in U.S. history. Obverse, front side, features a portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932, shows bold inscriptions, Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1965. Reverse, backside, features the American bald eagle, arrows represent strength, olive branches represent peace. United States of America and quarter dollar are on top and bottom. Even though 1965 quarters are clad coins, the sharp details and beautiful condition make them attractive to collectors. Normally, 1965 quarters are not very rare, but condition and errors change everything. Most 1965 quarters circulated heavily. Finding one today with full details, strong mint luster, no scratches, no dull surfaces, clean eagle feathers is actually difficult. A 1965 quarter in high grade becomes a collector's piece. A few 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on 90% silver planchets, left over from 1964. Those rare error coins can sell for $5,000 to $10,000 plus depending on grade. Because of this, collectors pay attention to 1965 quarters. Outer layer, copper nickel, 75% copper, 25% nickel. Core, pure copper, weight, 5.67 grams. Diameter, 24.3 mm. If your coin weighs around 6.25 grams, it may be the silver error type. Market value today, in USD. Now the part everyone waits for, the market value of the 1965 Washington quarter in today's dollar market. Prices vary by condition. Circulated condition, 30 cents to $1 USD. Just basic face value collectible. Good condition, $1 to $3 US. Beautiful / very fine condition, $5 to $15 US. Extra fine / almost uncirculated, $15 to $30 US. Mint state, $30 to $60 US. High grade mint state, $75 to $150 plus USD. Silver error coin, $5,000 to $10,000 plus USD. If certified by PCGS or NGC, a beautiful, sharp 1965 quarter can absolutely bring a higher price in the collector market. Collectors love the 1965 quarter because it is the first clad quarter, a major historical shift. It has a beautiful classic design. High-grade examples are difficult to find. Silver error varieties bring huge value. It represents the start of modern U.S. coinage. Collectors from the U.S., UK, Canada, India, Pakistan, and Europe actively trade 1965 quarters, especially beautiful condition pieces. Friends, the 1965 Washington quarter dollar is much more than a normal coin. Its historical importance, design beauty, and rare error varieties make it a collectible that every coin enthusiast should understand. If your coin is in beautiful condition, keep it safe. It may increase in value over time. Top 2. The 1967 quarter. We must go back in time to the early 1960s. At that time, the United States was experiencing a major coin shortage crisis. Silver coins were being hoarded by the public because the value of silver metal was rising. People were melting coins, banks were running out of change, and the U.S. Mint was struggling. So in 1965, a big change happened. The U.S. government removed 90% silver from all dimes, quarters, and half dollars. Thus began the era of clad coinage, a copper core with a nickel outer layer. The 1967 Washington quarter falls right in the middle of this transition. That's why it has no mint mark, high mintage, no silver, and a very special place in U.S. monetary history. These 3 years, 1965, 1966, and 1967, are known as the no mint mark years, making them historically unique. Let's take a deeper look at the design and what it represents. Obverse design. The front of the coin features a bold portrait of George Washington, sculpted by John Flanagan. The word liberty at the top. The motto, "I in God we trust." The date, 1967. Washington's face is sharp, proud, and symbolizes American leadership and strength. Reverse design. The back side shows a majestic bald eagle standing on arrows, an olive branch beneath representing peace. United States of America, e pluribus unum, $quarter. This artwork represents both power and peace, capturing the American spirit. Deep specs plus numismatic importance. Here are the extended specifications. Composition, copper nickel clad. Core, pure copper. Weight, 5.67 grams. Diameter, 24.3 millimeters. Edge reeded. Mint mark, none. Important. Designer, John Flanagan. Mintage, 1,524,031,848 coins. What makes this year important numismatically? Government was trying to stop hoarding. Coins were produced without mint marks. Production was increased massively. High-quality strikes were not a priority. Most coins entered heavy circulation, which means high-grade 1967 quarters are genuinely rare today. Why beautiful condition matters. Long version. In 1967, people were using coins every day. Washing machines, parking meters, telephones, buses. Quarters were constantly spent and circulated. So 1967 quarters usually show scratches, wear on Washington's hair, flattened eagle feathers, dull surfaces, edge marks. That's why a beautiful condition 1967 quarter stands out. Collectors look for sharp details on Washington's hair, bright original luster, clean unmarked surfaces, strong eagle feather details, no edge damage. A coin like this becomes a highlight in any Washington quarter collection. Market value today, more detailed plus collector grades. Let's go deeper into the market value by condition. Circulated grade value, 25 cents to $1. Used by the public, very common. Fine to very fine value, $1 to $3. Light wear, but detail visible. Extra fine value, $5 to $10. Most sharp detail remains. About uncirculated value, $12 to $25. Very light wear on highest points. Uncirculated value, $25 to $40. Brilliant uncirculated value, $45 to $150. Gem grade value, $175 to $700 plus. These are rare and highly demanded. Top pop/auction quality. Some rare pieces graded MS67 plus have sold between $100 to $1,500. Error coins, high value. If your coin has an error, the value can jump. Off-center strike, $100 to $500. Double die obverse, $200 to $800. Clipped planchet, $50 to $150. Broad strike, $70 to $300. This makes 1967 an exciting coin for error hunters too. This coin is not rare in general circulation, but in beautiful, high-grade condition it becomes a hidden gem. Collectors search for no mint mark era coins. Complete Washington quarter sets. 1960s transitional coins. High luster pieces. Error varieties. Grading submission-worthy coins. If your coin shines, looks fresh, or has strong details, it is definitely a collectible item. Top 3. The 1968 Washington quarter. We must go back just a few years earlier. From 1965 to 1967, the United States Mint removed all mint marks from coins. This was done to discourage hoarding and collecting during a national coin shortage. But in 1968, things changed again. Mint marks returned. Coin production stabilized. Striking quality improved. Proof sets were shifted from Philadelphia to San Francisco. Collectors regained interest. This makes 1968 a historically special and transitional year. 3 mints produced quarters in 1968. Philadelphia, no mint mark. Denver, D. San Francisco, S. Proof coins. This was the first time after 3 years that collectors could once again identify the mint of their coin. Design and symbolism, long version. Let's take a closer look at the design of this iconic coin. Obverse, front, features. A strong portrait of George Washington, sculpted by John Flanagan. Liberty above. In God we trust on the left. The date 1968 below. This design symbolizes leadership, freedom, and American heritage. Reverse, back. The reverse features a proud bald eagle with spread wings, arrows in its talons symbolizing strength, an olive branch representing peace, United States of America at the top, $quarter at the bottom. This combination of elements represents power, justice, and unity, the spirit of the nation. Numismatic importance. Here are the specifications of the 1968 quarter. Composition: copper nickel, clad, core, pure copper. Weight: 5.67 grams. Diameter: 24.3 millimeters. Edge reeded. Designer John Flanagan. Mint marks: none. DS. Proof coins: only from San Francisco. The 1968 quarter is important because mint marks returned after 3 years. The U.S. Mint improved die quality. Proof coins became more beautiful. Strike sharpness increased. Collecting interest rose again. Because of this, high-grade 1968 quarters are more appreciated than older 1965 to 1967 quarters. Why extra beautiful condition matters in 1968? Most quarters entered circulation immediately and stayed in use for decades. Coins from the 60s usually show scratches, wear on Washington's hair, flat eagle feathers, edge damage, dull surfaces. But if your coin is in extra beautiful condition, it means strong luster, sharp details on Washington's hair, clear eagle feather structure, clean surfaces, no heavy scratches, catching shine. A coin like this stands out in the entire Washington quarter series. Collectors look for these high-quality examples. Market value of the 1968 quarter, detailed analysis. Let's look at the market price according to grade. Circulated condition, common, $0.25 $1. Fine to very fine, $1 $3. Extra fine, $3 $6. About uncirculated, $6 $12. Uncirculated, $15 $30. Mint state, $30 $50. Mint state, $50 $120. Gem grade, $150 $350. High grade, $400 $900 plus. Very rare. Special proof coins, 1968, S $10. $15 to $25 deep cameo. $150 to $300. Very rare. Sometimes $1,000 plus error coins. High market value 1968 quarters with errors can be worth double die. $150 $700. Off-center strike, $100 to $450. Clipped planchet, $60 $150. Broad strike, $50 $200. If your coin is extra beautiful, expect higher value. Collectors look for 1968 quarters because mint marks returned after 3 years. It represents the end of transitional coinage. High-grade pieces are rare. Proof coins from 1968 are beautiful. Many collectors want full Washington quarter sets, a clean, shiny, extra beautiful coin has much higher desirability in today's market. Top 4. The story of the 1969 Washington quarter. We must go back a few years earlier to 1965. The U.S. Mint stopped using silver in quarters because of rising silver prices. From 1965 to 1967, mint marks were removed and millions of coins were produced to control the national coin shortage. But by 1968 and 1969, things started returning to normal. Mint marks were back. Production became stable. Collectors showed interest again. Proof coins improved in quality. Strikes became sharper. The 1969 quarter comes from this stabilized post-silver era. This year, 3 mints produced quarters. Philadelphia, no mint mark. Denver, San Francisco, S. Proof coins. Even a dirty coin from this year represents a complete change in U.S. currency history. Let's go deeper into the design of this iconic quarter. Obverse, front. You will find a bold portrait of George Washington. Liberty above, in God we trust on the left. The date 1969 below. Mint mark, D or S, next to the hairline. Reverse, back, features. A powerful bald eagle with wings spread. Arrows representing strength. Olive branches representing peace. United States of America. $quarter. E pluribus unum. This design symbolizes American courage, unity, and liberty. Numismatic importance. The 1969 quarter has the following specifications. Metal, copper-nickel clad. Core, pure copper. Weight, 5.67 grams. Diameter, 24.3 millimeters. Edge reeded. Designer John Flanagan. Mint marks, none, DS. Mintage millions produced. Why is 1969 important to collectors? Comes right after the mint mark return. Proof coins were improving. It's the last stage of the 1960s transitional era. Some rare die errors exist. High-grade examples are harder to find. Even dirty coins tell the story of American circulation and decades of usage. When we say the coin is in dirty condition, this usually means heavy surface dirt, dark stains, edge nicks, circulation scratches, flattened edges, soft details on Washington's face, faded eagle feathers. These coins usually come from long circulation. However, even dirty condition coins can have value if they have the right mint mark. They are rare varieties. They include minting errors. They belong to a special die series. They are old enough to attract collectors. That is why 1969 quarters should never be thrown away. They may hold hidden value. Market value today, detailed analysis. Let's break down the value depending on condition and mint mark. Philadelphia, no mint mark, 1969 quarter. Dirty condition value, $0.25 Higher grades, $2, $4.4 to $8, $10. $40 to $75, $2.50, $500 plus. Denver Mint, D, 1969. D quarter dirty condition value, $0.25 to $1. Higher grades, $2, $4.5 to $9. $12.50 to $120, $500 to $1,000 plus. Rare. San Francisco Mint, S, 1969, S proof coin. Only proof coins were made. Dirty/damaged condition value, $1, $3. Higher grades, $5 to $10, $10 to $20, $80 to $150. $150, 300 plus. Even dirty condition error coins from 1969 are valuable. Double die obverse value, $200, $1, 000 plus off center strike. Value, $50 to $350 broad strike. Value, $40 to $150 clipped planchet. Value, $30 to $120 multiple die breaks. Value, $20 to $100. If your coin has an error, condition becomes less important. Rarity becomes the main factor. Full 1960s quarter sets. Washington quarter mint mark varieties. High-grade pieces. Rare errors. Proof coins. Dirty condition coins are still collected when they have mint mark varieties. They belong to a set. They are old and historic. They have errors. The year is significant. This makes the 1969 quarter still relevant in today's coin market. Top 5. The 1972 D Washington quarter. We need to go back to the early 1970s. The United States had already shifted from silver coins to copper-nickel-clad coins after 1964 BY 1972. America was fully into the era of modern-clad coinage. Here are some important historical points. No silver quarters were being made. Coin production was high due to economic demand. The Denver Mint was producing millions of coins yearly. Washington quarters were the most commonly used denomination. Collectors were starting to assemble full year and mint mark sets. The 1972 D quarter comes from this high circulation era, which makes high-quality pieces rare today. In 1972, quarters were produced at 2 mints. Philadelphia, no mint mark. Denver, D mint mark. The Denver Mint produced 311, 067, 732 coins. This is a huge number, meaning the coin itself is not rare, but finding a high-grade, sharp detail, attractive example is much harder. Coins from the early 70s suffered heavy circulation, scratches, wear on Washington's face, flattened eagle feathers, edge damage. That's why even a fine-condition coin can still be collectible today. Let's take a moment to appreciate the design of this beautiful coin. Obverse, front, features. A proud portrait of George Washington. The inscriptions: Liberty, in God we trust. The year 1972. And the important D mint mark. Reverse, back, shows a bald eagle with spread wings, arrows symbolizing strength. Olive branches symbolizing peace. United States of America. E pluribus unum $quarter. The artwork represents the American identity, courage, leadership, and unity. Metal, copper-nickel clad. Core, pure copper. Weight, 5.67 grams. Diameter, 24.3 millimeters. Edge reeded. Designer John Flanagan. This is the same design used from 1932 all the way to 1998. When your coin is in fine condition, it typically shows visible wear on Washington's hair, soft details around the cheek and jaw, light scratches on the fields, eagle feathers partly worn, no luster, but major details are still clear. Fine condition is not the highest grade, but it is still fully collectible, especially for full-year sets, mint mark sets, Washington quarter collections, hobby collectors. These coins still carry historical value and sometimes market value too. Market value today, fine condition plus all grades. Let's look at the real market price for the 1972 D quarter. Fine condition, your coin, $0.5150. Very fine, $1, $2. Extra fine, $2, $3. About uncirculated, $3, $6. Uncirculated, $7 to $10. MS63, $10, $18. MS65, Gem BU, $30, $60. MS66, $90 to $200. MS67, $400, $700 plus. Extremely rare. So even though fine condition is not high grade, better grades can be worth a lot more. Of 1972 D, high value. Some 1972 D error coins can be extremely valuable. Off-center strike, $50, $250. Double die obverse, $8,300. Clipped planchet, $30, $120. Broad strike, $40, $150. 5. Die cracks / cuds, $10 to $60. Even in fine condition, errors increase value. 1972 D quarters remain in demand because they complete 1970s sets. They have high historical interest. Denver Mint coins show stronger strikes. Error varieties are popular. Many collectors collect mint mark runs. This makes even circulated or fine-condition coins worth keeping. Top 6. The Washington Quarter 1974 is part of the long-running series that features the bust of George Washington, the first president of the United States. This coin is especially important because it comes from a transitional period in U.S. coinage, after the silver era but before major design changes. Your coin in extra fine condition means sharp details in Washington's hair, clear lettering, minimal wear, strong luster still visible. This kind of condition always attracts collectors. The Washington Quarter series started in 1932, celebrating the 200th birth anniversary of George Washington. By the 1970s, the coins were no longer made of silver. Instead, they were minted with copper-nickel-clad composition, which America adopted after the 1965 silver shortage, in 1974 specifically. No special commemorative versions were issued. No silver business strike coins were minted. The Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, D mint mark, produced the circulation coins. Even though millions were minted, almost all were heavily used in daily transactions, which makes extra fine coins much more valuable today. Obverse, front, portrait of George Washington Liberty on top. In God We Trust on the left. Date, 1974, at the bottom. If D mint mark, it appears right of Washington's hair ribbon. Reverse, back, American bald eagle standing on arrows. Olive branches symbolizing peace. United States of America. E pluribus unum $quarter. Classic, bold, and iconic. Market value today. Collectors look at condition, mint mark, and rarity factors. Here are the typical values for extra fine condition. Approximate market range. Washington Quarter $1974 market value. No mint mark, Philadelphia $2 $5 in extra fine D mint mark. Denver $3 $6 in extra fine higher grade market. If your coin is better than XF, then value can rise. AU almost uncirculated $6 to $12. Mint state $15. $80 plus rare premium condition pieces graded MS66 or MS67 can reach $200 to $800 at auctions. Increasing interest in 1970s U.S. coins. Clean, preserved, extra fine examples are getting harder to find. Many collectors are building date and mint sets today. A 50-year-old quarter in excellent condition is a strong collectible. Even though it's not silver, condition and vintage appeal make it valuable. The Washington Quarter 1974 in extra fine condition is a solid collectible coin that holds steady demand in today's market. If preserved well, it can appreciate further over time, especially as clean, circulated era coins become harder to locate. If you own one, protect it in a plastic coin flip or capsule and keep it away from moisture. If you enjoyed learning about this 1974 Washington Quarter, like the video, subscribe for more rare coin content, and tell me in the comments which year's quarter you want next.